here we are today with Michelle V. Garcia from the city of Weslaco. That's right, our Economic Development Corporation of Weslaco's Digital Communications Manager. Wow, that's a mouthful, Michelle. You're high up there in the trough, aren't you?
I sure am.
All righty. So you're Digital Communications Manager. So you're like our digital manager, Sarah Robledo. You're like her counterpart here, but you're, instead of her over there at Payne, you're over here at the city of Weslaco.
Yes.
Awesome. And the Economic Development Corporation of Weslaco. It sounds so regal, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Is that what they have? A red carpet here, and that's why you put your scepter down. No, but a lot of people, like, they drive by and they'll see a sign that says, you know, Chamber of Commerce, and I know that's one branch of Weslaco, but the Economic Development Corporation, what exactly is that? When they say EDC, what exactly does that do for everybody out there that is not familiar with an EDC?
So what we do is that we attract businesses to come to Weslaco, and we also help businesses that are already in Weslaco expand. So if they need a bigger location, they can come to us so we can help them look for whether if it's a building or land. And then we also have job creation happen within us. So when we do attract a business, we, of course, attract jobs to Weslaco. So that's a big plus on what we do.
To help push like employment.
Yes, definitely,
Awesome.
to our city.
Cool. Now there's a lot of new stuff going on in Weslaco, and I will say this because it's right next to one of our dealerships, Payne Pre-Owned Weslaco.
Yes.
Was it Freddy's that's going in?
Yeah, Freddy's is up. It's up and running. I know they had a huge rush for I want to say they still do of people going in. I think their first day, they said it was nonstop from the moment they opened till late at night. I think they closed like at 9 or 10, and they said that their line was nonstop all day. So they have been very, very successful with being here. I think it's been about 3 weeks, maybe a month already. They've been open.
I think that's about right. And the rest of that complex, that little, I hate to say mini mall, but what's the proper term?
We call it a plaza.
A plaza. The shopping plaza. And I see the Cold Stone Creamery sign, and the door is always open. Is it in operation yet?
It's not in operation. I know that they're building the inside, so they're building the shell. I know.
Every time I'm over there, I'm looking and going, all right, you know, I'm supposed to be cutting back on that stuff, but, you know, my inner child still
But Freddy's has good custards. They have good sundaes, good custards. They're really good. I stopped by there myself. I'm like, can I just get fries and a sundae, please?
Oh,
that's all I want.
Oh, well, there goes my girlish figure. The word is out now. So, and you all help them out develop that plaza, or at least to point the direction and, you know, the meeting of the minds with all the business. And it's all, not just franchises, but also mom and pops, right?
Yes. So for that plaza, that the one that's right next to you all, it's called Shops on North Bridge. I know that one. We have Freddy's that's up and running. The nothing Bundt Cake sign just went up as well. So that's
you have a Nothing Bundt Cakes here?
It's about to. I know their sign just went up. Yes.
Oh.
And then of course the Cold Stone Creamery that's coming up. We have a Benjamin Moore, which is a paint supply company.
Oh, yes.
It's going towards the west side. What else is going on in there? Hot Yoga Studio their sign is also up. I believe their walls are up, so they're, you know, fixing that place up itself.
Hot Yoga, but it will be, they'll have AC, right? I'm just kidding. But yeah.
I mean, they will, but it's...
I've heard what hot yoga is. We won't go into that, but I'm like, yikes.
Yes.
You know, I tried yoga on the Nintendo Wii a while back, and just trying to hold a vertical ballerina type position, I was sweating my hind end off, and I was like, this is really hard.
Yes.
So, all you yoga folks out there, you are better people than I.
And then the other one is Texas Roadhouse. Those are the ones that are coming in there. I know Stefano's Pizza is coming in there too. They don't have their sign up yet.
Is that a franchise, Stefano's?
They have one. I don't know if it's a franchise, but they have one in Harlingen and in McAllen, I believe.
Stefano's. Wait a minute. Is that the one they had a fire?
Yes.
That's right. I think that's independently owned. Yeah,
okay.
I think that is. But yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
so that one's coming into that plaza, and then Juice Us, which they have one in Edinburgh.
Is it like,
I believe,
it's an independent or a franchise?
That one should be independent. I believe it's.
So I'll compare it to, was it Jamba Juice or or something like that? Or
Yes,
like
it's very healthy. Very
juice
healthy
and
eats and
smoothies.
juices. Yes.
So the yoga folks will be going there. Mm-hmm. So with all this good food, is there a gym opening up soon, or is there one that y'all have?
Not that I know of. Just hot yoga.
Just hot yoga.
Yes, Pilates and yoga is what they do, I believe.
And then put a yogurt shop there. Yoga and yogurt. No, I'm just kidding. There's an idea. I want a nickel every time something's sold. So that's what the EDC does.
Yes.
Awesome. Alrighty. Now, like I said, y'all push mom and pops just as hard as franchises. I know the franchises have a lot of backing, going on for decades. Like, let's say, I'll throw out a name, McDonald's. They're around all the time. And for those of you who've seen the movie The Founder, they've pretty much got their game plan going on. But mom and pop businesses, yes. What other mom and pops is the EDC? Now, you don't just hand them off and just like, that's it. You stay in contact and help, correct?
Yes. So I know our team does what they call BREs, which are business retention and expansion. Mm-hmm. So we do meet with our local mom and pops just to see how they're doing, if they need any help in whether if it's like employee turnover, because we do have a grant with STC where if they need help in reskilling, whether if it's like Excel or QuickBooks or anything like that, if they tell us like, well, we're lacking this, our team is lacking this, then we'll help them with STC to teach them to.
Oh, like if they need an employee that's specialized.
Yes.
And it goes through the college system too. Awesome.
Yes.
And you have grants for that.
Yeah, we have a grant that we gave STC, so the employee goes there at no cost. They send their employees to go learn and train, and then they should be good. And
being the digital communications manager, that means y'all are definitely on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with that one, and I just do like the big two.
Yes.
But what other digital platforms are y'all on?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yes.
And YouTube.
Cool. Isn't Twitter X or something now?
It is
what is
now. It's X. That's X.
Yeah, that's
Black X.
Weird. Planet X. Cool. And so mom and pops, the employees with the retention and everything, and of course modernizing. I know I still like a paper receipt. It's always nice to have a paper invoice, but like you said, when you're upgrading and coming into the 21st century,
yes.
And whatnot. Now, anything else going on here in the city? I mean, because y'all are not just here in the city proper, but like the far reaches of Weslaco, that's what y'all do.
Correct. I guess to more expand on the mom and pops, we, other than going in there to make sure that they're doing okay, if they have any struggles that we can help them with, then we'll do the whole job program as well.
Or like a reassessment of their business, not a reassessment of the business model.
Yes,
but just kind of a polish.
Yes, yeah. just to see what we can do to help them out. But then we also have the grants as well. So for downtown Weslaco, we have a grant called the Weslaco 100, which is mainly meant for code improvement. Okay. So because of the buildings that are downtown are so much older than the rest of Weslaco.
Weslaco's been around a while.
Yes, we're very historic.
When was it founded?
1919.
1919.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, we're already at 104
this year?
Yeah, 104.
In December.
Wow. Been around a while. Yeah, and it's here in the center of the valley, Mid-Valley, big time. Home of also Mid-Valley Airport. Y'all got some stuff going on out there, don't you?
We do, yeah. I believe that airport is expanding. There is a couple hangars out there.
Okay.
I think independently owned, and then that way, if business leaders want to fly out of here and fly back in, we have that available to them.
Cool. You can have like a UPS or FedEx hub there.
Imagine.
I know that runway expansion would be something else. I'm just wishing on a star. Now you mentioned something. We had some time here before we started. There is a new industrial park happening.
Yes, so we have 2 industrial parks now. Our first park is about 85% full, and so our second park, it's located on 1015 and Mile 9. If you drive by right now, you can see the big walls of Glazier's Beer and Beverage, because they're our our first company that's going in there.
The beer distributor's going in there.
Yes. They're relocating from McAllen to Weslaco to.
Oh, that's right. They used to be on 22nd Street over there, so they've outgrown it, huh?
Yes, they were landlocked. There was no place for them to grow, so they came to Weslaco, and their building is huge. It is huge. We were able to go in there under all the construction, wear hard hats and all that good stuff, and man, those
massive, huh?
Yeah, massive.
Wow.
Massive.
Well, congratulations, Glacier, over there. All right, and now an industrial park. That's not for small. This is like for, you said manufacturing, I believe.
Yes, manufacturing, distribution, and industrial.
Okay.
Light or heavy industrial.
I got you. So if somebody had like selling big steel components and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. All righty, cool.
And
and you said you have two.
We have two. Yeah, that's so the first one's called Mid Valley Industrial Park, and this one's called Mid Valley International Industrial Park because it's on 1015, and so you have a straight and we have an international corridor about 8 minutes or so.
Oh yeah, because the Progresso's right there.
Yes, down the street. So
that's right. I haven't been in a while. The outdoor place I'm thinking about, you said it was called the Eatery.
The Eatery.
The Eatery. All right, and where's that located at here in town?
That one is on Kansas and 83. Well.
Old
yes,
83, right?
83. Yes, old 83.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking about. And what used to be there? Do you know?
It was an empty pad site, yes.
Okay, so that was, where the railhead went through, or the rail would go through. I say railhead, that's a old military term. Now, when it comes to entertainment, there's got to be some nightlife going on here in this bustling burg.
Yes, yeah. Weslaco recently got some nightlife. It's mainly located downtown Weslaco, so we do have Suerte Bar and Grill.
Oh, yes. They've got several locations in the valley.
They do, yes. So the one on Texas, they call it Suerte on Texas.
Oh, cool.
I know they recently have, they have a lot of kind of like a sip and paint, if you will.
Oh, I've heard it called a tipsy canvas.
Yes.
Yes, something like that.
That was one of them. So they kind of have mimicked that same thing, and they have different types of events, whether if it's themed, anything theme night, they'll have it there. So that's Suerte Bar and Grill. If you take maybe a block or two down, you have Mercado La Campana. There, it's more of like a rustic bar.
Oh, cool.
Towards the back. The beginning part of it is more of what do you call it? Like Mexican artisanals.
Okay.
Artisanals. And then towards the back, it's the bar. And then in another block or so, we have Crisp as well, Crisp Gallery. That one is more of like the artsy kind of field type. They have different color lights. They do have a back patio as well, and they play DJs on the weekends and stuff.
Okay. And when it comes to music, I know sometimes being in town, there's a noise ordinance. So it's more like probably built, DJs, yes, but also live entertainment as well. And you have to worry about all those modern clubs. It's like, all it is a
yes.
No sense. Like, what'd you say? So, and that art thing, that's for like local artists, right? They can display and commission their stuff through there?
Yes, they do actually. I know they have other events there, shows and all that good stuff, but they do have paintings up on the wall that you can buy, and then they'll replenish them. But they have a lot of really cool stuff that you can purchase from them.
Cool. Oh, I meant consignment, yes, but also picking up a commission there too. I mean, yes. I know some local artists, and they display their stuff, and all of a sudden, oh, that's so lovely. Can you paint this for me? Oh, yes. As my best Thurston Howell for all of our Gilligan's Island fans out there.
Yes.
But and so there's all sorts of clubs and eateries and a place for a cocktail, but
yes.
And it's all family friendly, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
For the other two that are, I want to say also family friendly, we have Tony's Bar and Grill. That
Awesome.
one's by Tierra Santa. But if
Okay.
you like to golf, you can swing by there and get
yeah.
a drink. And then we have Divine Beer and Wine as well. And that one's off of 83.
Yes.
The highway.
I played there a couple of times.
Yes.
Good stuff. They have local brews in there and plenty of vino. I don't
Yes.
think you get to squash your own grapes like Lucille Ball.
with your
Your feet. No, I don't think they do that there. But they maybe after this podcast they might. Who knows? Just make sure you have good hygiene. It's like, what's that flavor? Yeah, you don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
Cool. And so that's the nightlife here. Now, events going on in the bustling burg in the city of Weslaco. This place is known, of course, 1015. I believe it's Bill Summers
Yes,
Boulevard. And then, of course, 1015 is the Onion. And Onion Fest is y'all's thing.
It's actually the Weslaco Chambers.
Well, still.
Yes. So the Weslaco Chamber hosts the Onion Fest, and that happens mainly in the end of March.
Okay.
And they have, I know this last year, they broke record of how many people attended. I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but they did, I think they doubled from the spectators that came last year.
Wow. And that's right after Stock Show, too.
Yes, it's right after the stock show. So the Winter Texans do stay for that. We have, I know when I would volunteer for it and I would talk to the spectators that would come, a lot of the Winter Texans come in their old Onion Fest shirts, so it's really cool. They're like, oh, I got this one at the first. Yes.
They're veterans.
Yes.
Yeah, they're veterans of Onion Fest.
So they love it. It's a very, very fun event that they host.
Yeah, and that used to be in the park over here on Airport, and then it was, now it's downtown, which is cool on the main drag.
Yes, yeah, they hosted it downtown for the past 2 years.
Cool, yeah, and I've played there. Yeah, I think I opened it up. So yeah, lots of fun being out there. And also, now come the holiday season, y'all get festive there. Not Festivus, but I never watched Seinfeld. Sorry, but I've heard people talk about Festivus. But what do y'all do in the holiday season?
So during the holidays, we have the tree lighting that we host here outside of our city hall.
Okay.
We do invite we invite the WISDs, IDEA, different dance schools as well to perform, and we put on a show for our community. And last year we had a market that happened in the same time that the show was happening, so people could go out and get a bite to eat or get a hot chocolate, if you will, and then come back and watch the show.
You got to have that hot chocolate with that candy cane in there.
Yes.
Yes, oh yes. And for those of you who don't know, where are we right now? This is what is not the address but the location here.
Yes, so we're currently in the EDC building. Well, outside the lettering is it will say Business Visitor and Event Center. We are attached to the city hall, and the room we're currently in is the boardroom.
That's right. And also, for those of you going, where is that at? There used to be a
Albertsons.
Albertsons, that's right, the grocery store chain. So yeah, when I go, oh yes, the Albertsons. So that's how we remember. Some folks remember it. Mm-hmm. And even though things have, they progress and change over the years, y'all are still, getting everything going downtown here. So that's awesome. And I've seen several other towns here in the Rio Grande Valley. They also revamped their main drag, I should say, and it's good keeping that small hometown feel. And I think y'all are doing some really awesome stuff here. But you also have an event called Alfresco. Tell me about Alfresco.
Yes, that is my baby.
Oh, yes.
So we host Alfresco Weslaco. It's a 7-month season long event. We have
7 months.
7 months.
Wow.
Yes, from August to February. So we do start a little bit in the hot summer months, but we only have 2 of those, August and September. Usually in October, it starts to cool down. We have it every third Thursday of the month. So that's when we have about 80 plus vendors come and they set up their booths. We close all of what is from Old 83 all the way to 6th Street. We close that whole street down. Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I have been to Alfresco. I remember there was a family that had a trailer. It had like a domed, like a pizza dome. Oh. That was like, and when it was cold, when it was get cooler and kind of cold, it was fun to hang out there and have a slice.
Yes, there's a lot of different vendors. A lot of people get very creative in what they sell out there. So we see anything from, I think one of the cooler things I saw last year was a puffed bubble waffle, and they're like little balls of waffles. I've never seen such a thing. So, yeah, and then you can create it with like a lot of toppings. Other than like food related items, because you can get any type of food there.
I'm a foodie.
It always hits the spot.
Oh, a digital manager that's a foodie. Who does that sound like? We love you, Sarah.
So, she can come to Alfresco. That's dinner right there.
I know, right? Bring the whole crew over.
Yes.
So, and also artwork too. And that's where I first saw these Salazar paintings, Mr. Salazar. And those are right here inside the EDC. And if I call them windows in time, if you grew up in the Rio Grande Valley like I did, and looking at it, it's even though it could be a random place in the valley of the agriculture of the area, the fields are in line, the palm trees, and it's like it's one of those things like I can smell this picture, you know.
Yeah, they're very beautiful.
Yeah, I know, they're awesome, and great artwork there, and also live entertainment, I believe, at Alfresco as well.
Yes, we do have live entertainment. We mainly have variety bands that do perform just to grasp all the audience, make them dance, and sometimes during intermissions we also host games. I know in August we're gonna have a backpack giveaway, so we're gonna focus more on that. We usually have right now we have a little bit over 300 backpacks that we have to give away. Yes, thanks to everybody in our community who donated backpacks.
We're in that back to school season. That's for dang sure.
Yes, we are. So that's what we're going to do August. And then coming September, we have the 16 de septiembre. So it's more, we have a grito contest.
Oh, man.
Yes. Hi.
Oh yeah, I'll say you this: I'm not good at that. I'll sponsor somebody else to do it. Get after it. Maybe we can get one of our digital street teamers to get out there and do it. They'll be like, "Come on, Chris." I'm like, no, that's not what I do. Sorry, guys. Starting to let you all down. Maybe we can get Mark and Austin Payne to do it.
Ooh, we'd love that.
Oh, yes. Yeah. With Alfresco, first, I just wanted to know, what does the name come from, Alfresco?
So Alfresco means that it's like fresh outside. It's a little chilly.
Okay, I got you.
So that's kind of where they incorporated the name Alfresco. We just call it Alfresco Weslaco. The official name is Alfresco Weslaco Music and Art on the Street.
Awesome.
So because we do have at times people who sell their paintings, people who sell their crafts, other than the regular food and wine and dine and all that good stuff. There is beer downtown. The whole street, when it's closed, you are able to drink on the street as well.
It's a city block party, basically.
It's a city block party. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then a lot of the businesses downtown are open, so you're able to walk inside if you want to take a breather from the heat and shop around in there as well. But we mainly do it because a lot of the businesses that set up downtown with us are vendors, what we call them. We would like for them to one day have a brick and mortar. So an example I can give to you is Teddy's Barbecue. They would set up downtown Alfresco coming nights and sell out, and they became very, very well off. And now they have a brick and mortar, and now they're
very prosperous with their business.
Yes.
And they started with a tent and a food truck.
Correct.
And now they're brick and mortar. Awesome. Well,
Yes.
Congratulations, Teddy's Barbecue. Another place that I must go to feed the beast.
Yes.
That means me. That means me. Teddy's Barbecue.
Yes.
All right. They got a loaded baked potato there?
I believe that they do. They have a lot of really good stuff.
I'm doomed. All right. So there's an example right there, but a big block party. And it's been going on for how long?
I want to say it's about 17 plus years.
Wow.
So it's been a while. It's been a while downtown. So we invite everybody to come out every third Thursday. It starts about 6 p.m. Family friendly, pet friendly. Come on by.
Every third Thursday, 6 p.m., Alfresco Weslaco Arts, and it's a big, beautiful name. What is it?
Alfresco Weslaco Music and Art on the Street.
Music and Art on the Street. The biggest block party in the Mid-Valley, third Thursday, 6 p.m. from August to February.
Correct.
Awesome. Without the aid of a net or a script, I nailed it. All right, yay. little help there. Now, this is Payne Auto Talk, and we do talk about automotive stuff, and you're here from Weslaco, and let's go ahead and dive into it. I always love asking this question. What was your first car?
My first car was a Pontiac G6.
That was a great platform. That was great. I mourned the day Pontiac went away.
Yes. I loved my car. My AC never worked because it was a used vehicle, but I absolutely loved my car. It had leather seats, a sunroof, and that's how I fell in love with sunroofs. And The only reason we had to sell it was because my transmission went out, but
Yeah.
I was very sad because, I had a lot of great memories
Yep.
in that vehicle.
Yeah, I know the first car I drove and was responsible for did not have an AC in it, so I had that little. All respect, I had the little bus driver fan
Yes.
plugged into the. They call it the auxiliary now. It's a cigarette lighter, but don't smoke. And so you had a Pontiac G6, and what are you driving currently?
Right now I have a Hyundai Kona.
Hyundai Kona. All right, let's not boxy. It's you said
A little eggy shaped.
egg shaped. Yes,
Yes.
it's aerodynamic. And how's that running with you? You like your Hyundai?
I love it. I do love my car. I still have a sunroof. I still have leather seats.
I was going to ask that. Do you have the vented seats now? Does it have vented seats?
I don't. I have heated seats.
It will change your life.
I know. I need that more than I need the heated seats. I'm sure, but I don't have
well, you know
them.
what? Heated seats, I'll tell you what, they come in handy because as Valleyites, I will say it's easier for me to fry than freeze.
Yes.
And right now, in my previous podcast I did solo, I did mention that the Payne Street Team SUV is in the shop for some maintenance, and I'm in a loaner, and it's awesome. I'll probably do a little solo on my loaner. But being without vented seats, wow. It's like, okay, for those of you going, oh, what's the big deal, Chris? Unplug your Wi-Fi for I don't know, a week or two and tell me how much you miss humanity. It's like that. So cool. So you got the Kona, and what is your dream car? You buy a lotto ticket,
Mm-hmm.
and you wave a merry goodbye to the EDC, and it's time for you to go touring around the world or around Texas or wherever. What is your dream car?
So I have two different answers for this. Depends what kind of lottery I won, how much it is.
You're still going to work for the EDC. That's what they want to hear.
So if I had a good income, I would get a Volvo. That's the kind of car I would get. But if I had a lot of money,
That's not the dream car, the poster on the wall, I should say.
It would be an Aston Martin.
An Aston Martin.
Yes.
Oh, little Miss Bond here. Oh, yes. Now, would it be like the older DB5, DB6, like Sean Connery, or would it be like the new, like the Vanquish, or what kind of Aston are we talking about?
I would say more of like the Vanquish.
Yeah, those. And I apologize for not being current on that. If it's in a Bond flick, yes, So hats off to Pierce Brosnan for bringing back the old DB. That was great, and also Daniel Craig. But yeah, an Aston. Wow,
Yes.
that's awesome. That's the first Aston I've heard on the show. Yeah, I'm with that. Now, is it going to have the oil slick and the smoke screen?
Oh
and
yeah. All the
and the
9
30,
yards.
the 30 cals coming out of the headlights. All right, you're going to be fun on a road trip. Road rage? What's that? Cool. Wow. I'll tell you what. Yeah, Astons are nice. They They are slick. What is it about the Aston? Where did you see it that you're like, yeah?
Man, I want to say it was in college. I was researching vehicles, as sometimes I do.
And you just clicked, and there it was.
Yeah, I saw a lot of their, I guess, the models that they have, and they're amazing.
Oh yeah,
amazing
they're
brand.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to British touring cars, Aston, yes. Jaguar, or as what is it? Jeremy Clarkson with that show Top Gear and all that. One of our members of our digital team goes, "You're supposed to be a Jag, a proper Jag." And as a matter of fact, we had one roll through our pre-owned over at Weslaco Chevrolet a little while back.
Oh.
Yes, as a matter of, I'll name him, and that is Isaac with our digital team. We chose a vehicle to do our walk around on, and he goes, "I have keys to a Jag," and I'm going, "Let's see it." And I was like, "Oh, good morning, Mr. Bond." I was like, "This thing's awesome." So, yeah, when it comes down to the Aston, I totally get it. But a Volvo, wow, you're safety conscious. Safety in mind. Is it going to be a wagon or a sedan?
No, a wagon. Yes.
A wagon. Ooh,
Yes.
very traditional.
Yes.
Whenever I think Volvo, I think of the square ones, and it has the
Oh, yes.
the waffle headrest.
I do like the sedans, but I like a little bit more of the SUV type, I guess. So
Yeah, everybody's going to the SUV. I mean, it's the crossover. It's the thing to have.
Yes.
You can haul the family and your gear and your dog.
That's what I need.
And you have a dog. Now, what kind of dog is it?
I have a Labradoodle.
A Labradoodle. When I first heard that name, I thought someone goes, "Oh, I have a Labradoodle." I'm like, "What are you smoking?" And then some members of the family got him, and I'm going, "Oh my God!" Now, we were talking before the podcast, just finding out, Now, what is your dog's name?
His name is Alfie.
And when she said that, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, I was shocked. That was the name of my first dog, a little rat terrier. And I was like, I'm not the only one in the world with a dog named Alfie. Cool. How old is Alfie?
He's 7 months. He's a big boy. He's about 55 pounds.
Oh, my
He's a big guy, yeah.
So Alfie's going to have a nice little... they have Sealy mattresses. Like Sealy mattress makes, these dog beds now.
Yes.
They're real bougie and Gucci for dogs. So that and your Aston or your Volvo.
I have a little hammock for him in my car. A little car.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Does it have like a little water dish that doesn't spill and all that kind
It
of
doesn't
stuff?
have a water dish, just pockets, but it's because we've been taking him on road trips, so for him to be comfortable. And since our road trips, well, living in Texas, they're 3+ hours long.
Yeah.
So.
But that's frequent stops too, because
Yes.
he needs a pit stop.
Yes, he does.
Cool. So you had the G6. You're rocking in the Kona. One day a Volvo, if not the Aston.
Yes.
And so you had a good experience with pre-owned until the transmission went out
Yes,
and lack of
sad.
AC. And as a consumer, and you're in digital, what is it that I'll say this? Ooh, it's like a one-woman focus group. Like, what would you like to see more from the auto industry as far as options and things from cars? Like, what do you personally see for the future as a consumer that you'd like to see?
So I'm a big fan of course, I'm sure like a lot of people are, of the Jeeps. I like the Jeeps. I like what are those called?
Like off-road stuff like Bronco, Jeep,
Yes,
and all
the
that kind of stuff.
Broncos. There is one from, oh my gosh, I can't remember it.
Aston. No, I'm just kidding.
No, they had discontinued it like in 2008. It's a 2-door. I can see it in my head and I just can't place it. What
Is it a
called?
domestic brand or a foreign brand?
It's a domestic. It's a Toyota.
And Toyota's foreign. Well, they're built in Texas, but no. Toyota, like you have Tacoma, Sequoia.
They
stuff.
discontinued it. They don't make it anymore. And it's a 2-door.
But it's an off-road vehicle.
Yeah.
Wait, I mean like was it FJ? Is that what it is? The
that
FJ.
one. Yes. So I like all those types of vehicles. I used to love the FJ, and I was like, I want to get that. That's my next car. And then I realized they discontinued them.
Oh,
So-
like the old Toyota Land Cruiser. Like
Yes.
Yeah, I still see guys and gals driving those at the beach or at a ranch. And these off-road people, they're their own. Okay, they're weirdos. I mean, I've the Jeep people, they are their own subculture.
Yes,
and
they
now
are.
with Bronco, it's that too. These off-road people, they'll put tents on them, and and of course, an SUV, they put their dog in there too.
in their little hammock.
So you want the FJ to come back?
Yes, I want something similar, more of those styles. I love them. They're so nice. I mean, now in my days, a little Jeep is a little out of my price range, but so are the Broncos. Are beautiful cars, but something about the FJs, those little off-road, higher vehicles, I guess, is what I would like.
I got you.
Yes.
Well, believe it or not, Jeeps may not be out of your price range, especially on pre-owned vehicles. I know some folks that have those.
Let me guess. Is it the Payne?
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, we've got all that stuff. But no, I mean, from not just the brand of but from the industry, what would you like to see? Like accessories or a purpose-built vehicle? Like, y'all don't put dog dishes in your car or something like
I
that.
know, right? They should. Cats, dogs,
Yeah, cat people, dog people.
hamsters.
I don't know.
Just kidding.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, what's wrong with your floor mat? Oh, those are just shaving. It's just, don't worry about that.
A little container for the little rolling ball, the hamster rolling ball.
I was about to say they probably have those, like that rat pipe where they all run through.
That's true. Well, I mean, the dogs have one too when they have them in the cage when they fly them. They have a little container for the
the little
like the hamsters.
Gravity feed thing, a little check valve on it.
They should have one of those in the vehicles for the dogs. Cats.
I'll tell you what. Listen up, manufacturers. This is your consumer base here talking, and she's in digital marketing and knows what she's talking about. What other kind of what technology would you like to see for the future from a digital aspect? Right now, we've got our smartphones hooked up, and of course, people do their Google Maps, their Apple Maps, and all that. And what would you like to see technology-wise?
I feel like we're so advanced now since we're seeing cars drive it by themselves. Oh, that.
I don't like that.
A little scary.
I don't like that.
Yes.
But it's weird. The first time I drove the previous street team SUV was a Suburban, and I was changing lanes, and of course I made the big mistake of not using a turn signal. Hey, I'm human. And all of a sudden the seat under me went on one side. And I thought to myself, I'm having a spasm, or I have to see a gastroenterologist. Something's wrong with me. And then I realized that's the vehicle telling me you're changing lanes and you're not supposed to, dummy, without your turn signal on. And that technology, but I'm trying to figure out where it's going next to. Where do you want to see it go? We have self-driving. We've got our smartphones hooked up.
We have to see them fly at some point.
I've been waiting. I am waiting. So everybody, the flying car. We
have to at some point. We're almost there.
No. And if we're going to have flying cars, I want it to go like in the Jetsons. Dun,
yes, exactly.
Dun, dun, dun. That's what I want. That's what I want. His boy, Elroy. Yeah, there's some cool stuff coming out. I talked to our manager at our mission store for Volkswagen and Mitsubishi. I was talking to Freddie Flores, and I remember seeing in the new microbus. I hope they do it. It was, of course, in concept form, but to have, what a heads-up display is.
Yes.
Well, imagine, I've seen a couple of vehicles now that have infrared, where you can see the heat. I mean, you can see it, and it's for night driving and day driving. But also, if it displays it on the windshield itself for night driving, I thought that'd be cool.
Because I know they have just the speedometer. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
they don't
actually,
have that one?
Well, believe it or not, it was. I'm reaching out to Isaac and Seth and Justin, and I'm going to name them Benjamin. Also, Benji, Gabe, Elisha, all of our street team guys and gals out there that do a great job with us, that we get to do our vehicle walk-arounds. And, of course, Pete Lopez, I call him the XO, the executive officer. He reports to Sarah. She's the queen honchess with the scepter. They're of digital. And they choose some really cool vehicles. And recently, I think it was on the GM side of the house, the General Motors side, the heads-up display, it wasn't just this little square. It was big. And it had the speedometer. It would tell you your GPS turning, and how many feet. And it had all sorts of other readouts. And I was like, oh, yeah, we're getting into that Tom Cruise Top Gun territory. So it's like, when are we going to have the display on the glass?
Oh, kind of like the new Apple glasses that are coming out.
Oh, and yeah, like that Oculus stuff. I'm so old school. Please school me. So Apple Glass, is that like the Google glasses or something, or what is it?
I could be wrong, but I saw something on the new Apple News that basically it's like those glasses that you're able to kind of maneuver your phone with the swipe of your eyes. So you want to click on messages, you just look at the messages, and then it'll open your messages. You click on it by looking at it for a while. That kind of stuff.
Oh, man. Retinal scanning glasses, yes. Self-driving cars.
I already have bad eyes.
DARPA's making robots. This is how you make Terminators, people. We're not learning. No, that's one thing. There's an idea. There's something off the wall. Now, I'm nearsighted. Of course, I wear glasses. You nearsighted?
I am nearsighted, yes.
Okay, yeah, because once I take off my glasses, I'm like, all right, What is this big blurry world I'm walking through?
Yes.
But imagine that your glasses break. You ever have a contact fall out while you're driving?
Not while I'm driving, but
I've had it happen. I blink and all of a sudden I was like, oh, this is fun. You know,
well, drive with one eye.
Yeah, especially it's my dominant eye is my right eye, so that one drops out. And I've got my left eye open, and I'm just going, oh, this stinks. But imagine if you didn't have your glasses and you had to drive somewhere, that your windshield would focus somehow.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, you're onto something.
Can't read what's going on the radio, but I can see outside. Jarvis, change the channel. Yes, sir. The Tony Stark thing. I remember a while back when they still had GPSs that you put in the cars. They had one that was Knight Rider, and the guy that originally did the voice. And then they had James Earl Jones, as Darth Vader. It's like, left turn in 500 feet. Oh, it's like you just want to take a drive to listen to the Dark Lord of the Sith. Nerd coming out.
I think you can do that with iPhones.
Yeah, they're reading the Bible and everything else there. Mm-hmm. Why not? But see, self-driving. Now we have our vehicles hooked up to our phones. Now our refrigerators are.
Yes. Yes, they are.
It's like, what next?
Our our washers and dryers.
The dishwashers that have arms, no.
Fold my clothes, please.
Yeah, there we go. Fold my T-shirts. I'm going to use the Valley term. Fold my T-shirts, fold my chones, and put it in the drawer for me so I don't have to.
Please, Jarvis.
Yes, Jarvis. Thank you very much.
But that'd be cool to have I don't know if they have it now, to be able to let me just start my washer. Forgot my clothes were in the washer and just click. Yeah,
they're doing it with the thermostat now.
Exactly.
What was
the Google Nest?
That's what that stuff's called. Mm-hmm. That's, like I said, that's how you build Terminators, y'all.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing, was it in the 80s, late 80s into the 90s, Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then they made a modern one with Colin Farrell. Yeah, Colin Farrell. Yeah, Colin Firth is the other guy. But Colin Farrell, he played the character, and Kate Beckinsale was his assigned wife or whatever, and the palm of her hand lit up because she had a phone in her hand. And then she would put her hand on a flat piece of glass, and it went immediately to video chat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that'd be a cool concept for cars.
Yeah,
open your door.
Well, yeah, retinal scan or thumbprint. Then again,
they are doing that with groceries now. So.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How so?
You can pay for your groceries by the palm of your hand. I don't know how it works, but I've seen it.
In the Book of Revelation or something? I don't know. It's just me.
That'd be cool to open your car. I already opened my car door by the push of a button. I don't have to take out my keys.
Oh, yeah. The key fob that spoiled a lot of people.
Yes.
Remember having 2 keys for the car?
Yes.
Yeah, Dad had 2 keys for the vet. The round one opens the door, the square one starts it. Yeah. But yeah, putting the hand up there on the glass and it reads your biometrics and all that. Are you sure you want to drive, sir? You have a cold. Thank you, Jarvis.
Drive for me, please.
Yeah. Take onward, James. That's nothing. Uber, we've got people driving. Like if you were an Uber driver and you had to do ride share, what would you want to drive?
I'd have to drive a big vehicle. Or would I want
doing that Uber Black, like a limo type thing? Yeah.
Maybe, so they could.
Is that what it's called? Uber Black?
Away. I have no idea. XL? Well, XLs are for 7.
Yeah, that's like the big SUV stuff. I thought Uber Black was like the
limo type.
Yeah, like the real fancy. Like it has to be a luxury vehicle.
It could be. I've never used it.
Yeah. Oh, let me tell you something. There's some awesome stuff out there.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh yeah, panoramic sunroofs. They now have suede headliners. Oh, that's real bougie.
My sister has that. Well, she has a Palisade, and I believe hers has suede.
Oh yeah, Hyundai Palisade. Yeah, we've gotten a couple of those in pre-owned, and I'm going, this is a Hyundai? I was like, dang, it was nice.
Yeah, her car is super nice. It looks small from the outside, but man,
No,
you get in there,
it's
it's
roomy.
huge. Yes.
Big floor mats too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real fancy in there. She likes to use that little bus talk button so she can talk to the kids in the back seat.
What?
Yeah, you can press it. It's like an intercom. And you press a button and you talk, and they can hear it in the back.
My folks used to turn their head over their shoulder and yell at us, "Leave your sister alone." So now it's like, boom.
Yes.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to pull up to the school. Please return your seats and tray tables to their full upright positions. Listen to your teachers. Don't use your sleeve as a Kleenex.
Have a good day.
Yeah, give your mother a hug and a kiss on your way out of the car.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you for flying Mom and Pop Airways. We hope to see you again. It has a pilot intercom.
It has a little intercom in it. It's amazing. And I believe now that I see, maybe it's the Teslas that brought it on, but the moon roofs, those are awesome. I mean, I'm a huge sunroof person.
The full glass.
The full glass. I love those.
Yeah, we shout out to Peter Lopez for helping me out. I was so lost because I'm just coming into the 21st century, y'all. I'm still old school, to quote one of my favorite guitar players, Joe Walsh. I'm an analog man. We had a Tesla, and it was pre-owned, and I'm like, where's the key to it? And Peter just hands me this card, and I'm like, I just put it in my pocket. I'm like, where's the key? He goes, that is the key, stupid. And I'm like, what? I was like, this is like a room key to a hotel or something. He goes, no. And you just put the card up against the car, and it opens. And then I parked the car. He was getting another one. And I yell at him, hey! And he's like, what? I was like, how do you turn this dang thing off? And he had to come over and show me. And you lock it with the card and everything. And I'm just, it's hoodoo voodoo.
So the first time I saw a Tesla, I didn't know what it was. The only reason I knew it was a different vehicle is because of the handles are inside.
Oh, yeah. They
yes.
They pop out and grab you or something.
So when I saw it driving on the Express, and I'm like, what kind of car is that? Like, I've never seen, because they don't have handles when you drive. They're all in the car. And that's when someone told me, oh, it's a Tesla, yada, yada. So then I was like, but how do they open the car? Like, I'm so used to the handles being out. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I still have not been in a Tesla, just in videos.
It's interesting. And the EV thing, it's to watch where it's been. I mean, I remember when the Prius as a hybrid came out. Everybody was like, oh, my God, the Prius. And then Tesla's the thing. Then we have Mustang Mach-E.
Oh, yes.
And then we have the Mach-E X. Mm-hmm. And those things move. They do the most aggressive 55 miles an hour you've ever seen.
Yep.
I'll just say that. And now with Lightning. But it's the technology is strange because, like, when I got into a Mach-E, it's that still feeling of, there's not a lot of button. I mean, there's still stuff to touch, but it's like touch screen. And it's to navigate it. It's like if you were given, like, imagine the first time you went from a flip phone or a palm phone and you have a smartphone.
Yes.
It's like that. It's a little intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm sitting there going, come on, man. I'm graduating high school, got a little bit of college under my belt. I can figure this out. And I'm sitting there and I'm just turning to the guys next to me. All right, I'm a moron. Just walk me through it. Just show me how to turn this thing on. And it's fun. But yeah, it's a little intimidating. But once like Ford Lightning, it's still a truck, thank God. And I can understand that. But you're gonna dig the EV experience. I will say, when you get in a car that's gas powered, you let off the brake, the vehicle goes forward. Transmission and the engine are just purring right there. And these things, they don't do it. You take your foot off the brake, it just sits there. Oh. You start pushing on the accelerator, then you get some movement. But they do have a setting to where you let your foot off the brake and it'll start coasting. Oh. And I'm going, and I was in, I think I was in the Lightning or the Mach-E, and Pete Lopez was with me, and he goes, Marshall, I'm going to show you this. And he does the little programming thing, and I'm sitting there going, oh God, thank you. It's like, because I'm afraid I'm going to mash down. They move.
Yes, definitely.
You're going to like it. Mm-hmm. You need to come over for a test drive. Yeah.
I know, yes. Even the new Mustangs, man, I've seen those, and They're so nice.
There's one coming out. It's called of course, the Motorheads and digital section. I love these guys and gals. They go, Marshall, there's a new, it's called the Mustang Dark Horse. And I'm like, bum, bum, bum. And I'm like, what's the coolest thing about it? And this is the mind of a gearhead. They go, you can change the digital readout to look like the Mustangs from the 80s.
Oh, wow.
And I went, okay, that is cool.
Yeah, go back in time.
Yeah.
Nostalgic.
And nostalgic. When I say the 80s, you have a glint in your eye. You have a thing about the 80s. What's your favorite thing about the 80s?
I do. The music and the
boy.
disco. It's my favorite.
Disco. Oh, yeah, the electronic music. You listen to synthwave?
Yes.
Me too. Guilty pleasure.
It came from my dad. My dad grew up listening to all of that. So that's kind of where I got my love for the 80s. The 80s
Awesome.
and the disco.
Yeah, and now everybody's making synthwave.
Yes.
Okay, you've seen Stranger Things on Netflix, right?
I have, yes.
Yeah, so all that 80s stuff, you're like, yeah, I know, and I sit there and I look at it. I go, and no, but when you watch the show and you see all the, first of all, the haircuts is horrible.
Oh, yeah.
But the big can of Aquanet, the mom's just in there. And I was watching it with my kids when it first came out, and they went, Dad, is that what it was like? I was like, mm-hmm. Your grandma had that big can of Aquanet. Mm-hmm. Yes, she did. But and the music, of course, and now everybody's doing synthwave, and of course we can stream it now. Like I said, guilty pleasure. And 80s music, like what were the artists from the 80s that you said your dad got you into that? What'd your mom listen to?
My mom listened to like Alejandro Fernandez. What else does she like?
You got a wide spectrum of music there.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And then my sisters and I grew up listening to heavy metal, a lot of rock, alternative rock.
What kind of metal? Come on, what kind of metal?
Well, you see, in our era, we would always go to this event called Never Say Never, NSN for short.
Okay.
And it was hosted in your hometown. Not your hometown, sorry. Where you lived, in Mission.
Oh, in Mission? Really? Oh,
yes.
And I don't know about this. Oh, no.
It happened for a couple of years.
Never say never.
So we loved to, it was a whole day event from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. And they had...
Wow.
Yes, they had and it was at the Las Palmas racetrack.
Okay, yeah, on Taylor, yeah.
Yes, on Taylor. So I think the first 2 years, it was one day. Then it got so popular, they made it a 2, and then eventually a 3-day event, all from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Wow, Mission Palooza.
Yes. So my sisters and I would go. We'd love to mosh pit. We love to crowd surf. We did the whole
I don't believe you. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, there's this wonderfully just charming and delightful lady standing before me, and I'm just trying to envision her moshing, which some of you call it slam dancing. Imagine just loud music, flailing your limbs, and just all that pressure and aggression just coming out.
It was so much fun.
And you did this with your sisters?
We did this with my sisters. We would do it every year. I think we went every year except for the first year because we didn't know about it until the second year. And we loved it. We came back with... Sometimes I'd lose hair.
Oh my God.
Sometimes sometimes you get hit at times, but we would always come back because it's at the racetrack where they race the horses. The dirt there is so fine. It would get in everything. So we would blow our nose and just all the dirt would come out on our ears. It was pretty bad, but it was so much fun.
How was the show? It's great. I got to go to the dentist. Yeah.
Literally.
Gotta go fill in that missing tooth. Oh my! Your parents know about this?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I was about to say if they don't, they're gonna know now.
No, they know. We would come home so excited and ready for the next day.
It's like,
so she's like, "Oh,
Mom, it was so great. You're bleeding on my carpet."
Yeah.
Never say never. Oh Lord! So metal, 80s, and what was that one? Your mother listens
my mom listens to more like the Mexican music, the Hispanic.
Like norteño and whatnot?
Not norteño, actually. I did listen to that by myself growing up.
Or traditional?
Yeah, she listened to more of the traditional alternative Mexican rock.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one genre that, like I tell people, I don't habla. I'm only monolingual. Well, I speak 3 languages. I speak English, bad English, and Texanese. I can speak those and understand them. But yeah, we're a real melting pot of international music down here.
Yes.
And it's wild. I mean, I will say this: the first time I heard Mana, I'm like, these guys rock. I want to hear. What are they saying? It's like I have no idea, but I'm all about it. So, do you play music?
I don't. I never played music. The only thing I have ever touched was a piano.
Yeah.
And it was only because I had a roommate who asked me to sit her cats, to take care of her cats. So I would go to her house and they had a piano there and they had a book on basically how to show you how to play piano. So I sat down and I taught myself.
Awesome.
But the only thing I can play is the that's all I can do.
Oh, is it Furelise?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's it, right?
I think that's what it's called. Forgive me. I was a band nerd, so I did. So, hey, it's never too late to learn.
I know.
Get on Amazon, get you a keyboard. They probably got on there.
So piano has always been my number one. My number two was a violin.
Hey, they got YouTube. You can learn off YouTube. Go on Amazon. Yes. Get you on there and get you a fiddle. No, I'm just kidding.
my fiddle action.
Yeah, that's right. Play the piano. Learn how to play the piano in just 2 weeks. Don't believe that.
No, it's really hard.
Yeah, it's a
really
beautiful
hard.
instrument. Yeah, I know. I wish I could play the piano. Mom and Dad gave sis piano lessons. Then she quit. I'm like, can I have the piano lessons? No, we're not paying for this twice. I was like, man. So, to quote, I was going to quote Willem Dafoe. I'm a bit of a musician myself. All of our Spider-Man nerds out there. But part of our Payne Auto Group podcast, Payne Auto Talk, is that me being the Pied Piper of Payne Auto Group, I play a song, and you get to pick it. So, you grew up with the 80s. Now, concerts. What was your favorite concert you've been to?
My favorite concert.
Top three. How about top three?
My first favorite concert that I went, actually, well, it was my very first concert, but it was Blink-182.
And they're back in action now.
They're back in action, yes.
Yeah, Tom DeLonge's like, UFOs, I was right all along,
Yes, they were my first official concert because I grew up with my sisters always going to shows. Mm-hmm. They weren't necessarily like always like a stand-up outside kind of venue. And my first concert where I actually could sit down was Blink-182.
Wow.
And I was much older at that point.
And they headlined. Who opened for them?
It was A Day to Remember, which is my favorite band as well.
Who's that?
I cried.
Who was it?
I did remember I think they're more like alternative rock. They're more rock, alternative rock.
The name of it was A Day to Remember?
Their name is A Day to Remember.
Oh, I thought you said, it was A Day to Remember. I'm like, what's the name of the band?
The name of the band is A Day to Remember.
Okay, I was like, what? I was like, title of the band, name of the band. No problem.
Yes, yeah. They have a little bit of like rock, not so much screamo, but somewhere in there.
So it was like not proto-punk. There's so many subgenres now.
Yeah, it's hard for me to like pick from them.
Yeah,
I know so many. Like I love the pop, like the punk, all that, and I would listen to a lot of the screamo as well. But
screamo,
yes, yeah.
That sounds like people that have some issues. That's a great album.
I know. I'm like, what are you listening to?
There's a guitar and a bass and a drum sitting there somewhere. It's just somebody just yelling into the void.
Yes.
I was fortunate enough as a metalhead on the side to see Pantera. So I got to see, and that was with my late big brother Kirk Jones. But yeah, Pantera was wild.
Wow.
I know. I wish I could have gifted that experience to one of our former street teamers, Mike Gonzalez, bass player. I'll give him a shout out. Lone Scar. If you're a metalhead and you're from Texas, look up Lone Scar there with Mike Gonzalez. I called him Magic Mike.
I actually know Mike.
You know Mike?
I went to school with him. We went to college together.
Oh, well, he's about to be a big daddy now.
Yes. I heard.
Yes. Chris is a great name. Great for boys, great for girls. Chris is a great name, Mike. All right, Magic Mike. This is awesome. This is one thing about the Valley. It's the 6 degrees of separation. Mm-hmm. And you know, Mike, Oh,
I know.
Oh.
I actually saw him here not too long ago. I think he was walking to the city side, and we said hi to each other from far ways. Yes, but it's been a while. We did have a couple of classes together. I was in marketing as well, and he was too. So.
Oh, tear. I have to hit him up on the old gram.
Yes.
Like, hey, man, what's up? Cool. Now, if I was to play a song for you, what would you want to hear?
I'm thinking maybe Sandman.
By who?
You want to do that?
Who? Who's that by?
Isn't it by Black Sabbath? Or am I wrong?
How about no? No. Enter Sandman by Metallica, you mean?
Metallica.
Oh my God. Well,
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I could probably do that. I've actually taken some stuff and countryed it up. But yeah, I could do that. But what about Blink-182? They got something that
we can do that.
Yeah, that's your favorite band, right?
It is.
Or is it A Day to Remember?
A Day to Remember is one of my top favorite bands.
And that's a punk band or what's their genre? I mean, if they're opening for Blink, they've got. I mean, hey, so what Blink-182? I'll do Blink. I'll do it. It's cool.
We can do.
I'll spike my hair.
Same. What about? I think it's called Josie. Do you know that?
Is it family friendly?
I don't know.
Well,
that's a good question.
Well, start naming some, and I can probably do hit and miss.
Well, there's your regular like I Miss You. There's Josie. Off of their new album, they have, or the newest album, they have L.A. What else do they have?
So I'll think of something. You gave me some ideas. And Day to Remember, what about them?
A Day to Remember.
Are they family friendly or no?
Yes.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Friendly,
I'm just making sure.
I think so. They have sometimes they have really long titles. Sometimes they do. But one of my favorite ones, I think, is called If You Bury the Hatchet, something like that.
Oh, sounds like a love song. Well, I'm going to go ahead and kick out the jams right about now with some of that Day to Remember and Blink-182 stuff. This is going to be fun. We don't own the rights to this song, but Blink-182 sure does. Yeah, my girlfriend takes me home when I'm too drunk to drive. And she doesn't get all jealous when I hang out with the guys. She laughs at my dumb jokes when no one does. She brings me Mexican food from sombreros just because. And my girlfriend likes UL and DHC. She's so smart and independent, I don't think she needs me quite half as much as I know I need her. And I wonder why there's not another guy that she would prefer. And when I feel like giving up and my world is falling down, I show up at 3 a.m. She's up watching Vacation, and I see her pretty face. It takes me to a better place. And I know everything, everything's gonna be fine. I know everything, everything's gonna be fine. Yeah, my girlfriend takes collect calls from the road, and it doesn't seem to matter if my wallet doesn't bulge. She laughs at my dumb jokes when no one does. She brings me Mexican food from sombreros just because. And when I feel like giving up and my world is falling down, I show up at 3 a.m. She's still up watching Vacation, and I see her pretty face. It takes me to a better place. And I know everything, everything's gonna be fine. 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 I know everything. I know everything. Everything's gonna be fine. I know everything. I know everything. Everything's gonna be fine. I know everything. I know everything. Everything's gonna be fine. And that brings us up to another end of an episode of Payne Auto Talk. I'm here with Michelle V. Garcia, the Digital Communications Manager of the Economic Development Corporation of Weslaco, Texas. All in one breath. Yes, I'm so proud of myself.
Woohoo.
Michelle, thank you very much for joining me today. Is there anything else you've got in closing?
Well, it was my pleasure. I had so much fun. In closing. Now,
I will say this. You are a native of Weslaco?
Born and raised.
All right. Which class?
Well, high school.
Yep.
I was class of 2012.
Class of 2012?
Yes.
All righty.
About 10 years already.
All right. Hometown girl doing her thing here.
Yes.
And shout out to your folks for raising you on some good music. And your sisters out there, hope they're doing well too.
Yes, they are. Yeah, they're killing it out there.
But thank you. But what do you got in closing? What do you got?
You want me to sing? I'm just joking.
Oh,
I'm just joking.
If I'd have brought my guitar, we could have done that today. We'll do that for the next episode.
I can't really sing, but let's see. Come out to Alfresco Weslaco. That will we start on August the 17th. It's every third Thursday of the month. And if you have any questions, give us a call at 956-968-0838.
And also to reach you on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn at what?
So for the Weslaco EDC, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, it's all under Weslaco EDC. For Alfresco, it's under Alfresco Weslaco.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you very much for taking some time out of your schedule, and the powers that be for joining us on Payne Auto Talk. It's been a hoot, and we can't wait to come back and do a follow-up maybe sometime in the future. Maybe you and another guest.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that'd be great. Drag somebody from the office. We're going to be on a podcast. What? Follow me. It's a weird guy with a microphone. No. But we'll have some fun out there. But once again, thank you very much for joining us. And for those of you listening, thank you very much for joining us on Payne Auto Talk, brought to you by Payne Auto Group Valley-Wide. I'm Chris Marshall of the Payne Street Team, brought to you by PayneAutoGroup.com, where we have what you want. Lo que tu quieras, regardless, and we are gone.